right. 10:30 p.m. in the East. Streaming live on Pride48.com. It's time for The Mix. My name is Daniel Brewer. I do not do this show alone. I do it with my best friend, Adam Burns. Adam, how are you this evening?
How dare Archer? How fucking dare him?
Archer? Oh, Archer's entire last show, not the entirety of the show, but a good portion of his last show was dedicated to his trying to say that his recording was, I believe, I'm just going to leave it at this. His gain was probably the problem. I didn't know all of the setup that he had. I was just guessing. I still think that my guess was a good guess based off of the information that I had. However, now that I've heard him talk about his audio setup, I will agree with him that it was probably, you had the gain set way too fucking high on those things.
It's speaking of gain.
But what was it that Archer said that upset
the gain
you?
is a problem here in my studio.
Yeah.
He says, Adam's necklace looks too tight on his neck. Did he gain some weight?
Can you lean out a little bit so we can see the? Yeah, what is that? Is that a lock on it or something?
First of all,
is this an S&M collar that you're wearing?
Oh my God! Why are we? Look, I like to wear necklaces. It's been a long time. I found my necklace box the other day.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? I'm going to start wearing necklaces again. Why not? I'm almost 45. Okay. I'm wearing a necklace.
Why not?
And
I'm not shaming you for wearing a necklace.
Well, first of all, nothing to do with gaining weight.
Yeah.
But my necklace is tight because it has keys on it. Well, the other one is just tight. But this is two necklaces, by the way. One of them has keys on it.
Got it.
And I wanted the keys to show in the collar of this polo shirt, which I can't unbutton very far.
Right.
So I really tightened it up around my neck. But that's okay. You can have tight necklaces. I mean, there's nothing wrong with a tight necklace.
No.
I mean, do I need to wear it down to my...
You could wear a choker. You could get a lovely
Do I need to
lace
wear
choker
a necklace down to my titties and then like cut the shirt down there and have, chest hair poking out?
All right. Adam is having a lovely fight in the chat room with Archer, who's listening.
By the way, you said I'm fine. Thank you for asking, by the way.
Oh, wow. I might not have. I might have gotten that thrown off of my game. However, Adam, let me just say this. We are streaming live on Pride 48 as we do every Friday night. We're doing so in front of a live chat room. So we'd like to say hello to everyone in the chat room. So if you hear us randomly, reacting to something that you have no idea, listening to the podcast, what it usually is the chat room. And we try to make a point of including that, right? Of at least letting people know that that's what's going on. Anyway, Adam, how have you been?
Great.
Good.
Yeah, good.
Good.
I have, it's not a topic on the show, but I have lost, I don't know, 3 pounds. Speaking of gaining weight, Archer.
3 pounds.
I've lost 3 pounds that I'm aware of, but I'm weighing again tomorrow. So I've probably lost like another pound and a half.
Wow.
And I think I lost weight before because as I've said on Geeky Gay, I started Weight Watchers about 3 weeks before I started weighing myself.
Right.
Because I was so scared to weigh myself.
Anyway,
doing good. Nothing much to report.
Excellent.
Just had a week. Now we're having a long weekend.
I saw a video on Face Space or somewhere that you had posted of Mark riding in the parking lot. Maybe it was Mark that posted the video, but it was one that you had taken of him riding his bike in a parking lot. And he was riding it around. And the question that I had, Adam.
Yes.
You are aware that's a girl's bike, right? You are aware that is a girl's bike that he is riding. And there's nothing wrong with that, by the way. Nothing wrong with riding a girl's bike. As a kid, always liked them better, and I could never ride one. But the boy's bike has the bar that really, bar that goes across the top. Now, I think it's stupid that they're gendered. So I say good for you for just getting the bike that you like.
That's a girl's bike?
It is.
I didn't even think about
for the most ridiculous of reasons, is because when bicycles were created, women wore those really long dresses, right? So in the same way that they had to sit side saddle on a horse, they would have to get their foot, in order to get their foot over, they couldn't have that bar. They couldn't lift their skirt up and over that bar.
Well, look, he and I got exactly the same bike.
Yeah.
So we're both riding girls' bikes. And
bravo.
I didn't.
If I had,
you know what? I don't even think I realized that they made girls' bikes versus boys' bikes. Like I don't even think
hopefully they don't anymore. Hopefully that this no longer. Hopefully they don't.
But I was kind of wondering because some bikes do have that straight bar, but we just bought the cheapest bikes we could find because we weren't sure. And I liked the color. I'm going to be honest.
Yeah,
I liked the kind of teal blue or whatever that it was.
Exactly. It's a gay man's bike.
And
it's a gay man's bike.
I don't. So anyway, I don't know. They could be. It didn't say anywhere on it women's bike. It didn't.
No, nor should it.
I didn't see any text.
No, but
on there said,
congratulations to Mark for learning to ride a bike, and hopefully you guys will have many hours of fun bike riding tales. But you know, Adam, thousands of people tune into this podcast each and every week in order to hear about my running update. That's right. They're totally invested on how much I run and how far I run and how fast I run. They can't get enough of it, Adam. They can't. It's my favorite part of the week as well. So tear jerking emails that we get I wish we could read. We just don't have. We would fill up an entire 2 hours just reading all of these emails of people talking about how it's so fundamentally changed their life to hear about how I got up off my fat ass and started running around the neighborhood. Anyway, Adam, when we last left off, remember I had decided to do another week of 2 minutes before I moved on to 2:10 because I was having, wasn't quite happy with my completion rate at the 2 minute running and a minute 30 walking. I'm happy to report that this week I did go up to 2 minutes and 10 seconds. So I have completed 2 days of running at 2 minutes and 10 seconds running, minute 30 walking. And then probably on Sunday, I will do because I ran today. So so on Sunday, I'll probably do a slightly longer run.
Good job. Good. Yeah, I also hit a milestone this week.
Which is?
I got up to a 65. It's the resistance setting on the Peloton bike.
IQ?
No, it's the resistance setting on the Peloton bike. It's the resistance.
65.
So, yeah, 65.
Adam, like 65 out of 70 sounds like, oh, that's really fucking awesome. 65 out of 200 is kind of, what 65 out of what?
I honestly don't know where it ends, but I'll tell you this. When you're warming up, you start between 25 and 35.
Okay.
Is a warm up resistance level.
Okay.
The class that I'm doing, it's not a class, but I mean, they have this ride through Scotland. Right. And the highest they ask you to get up to on that is about 60, between 50 and 60. And now I got up to 65. So, but I don't know where it ends, actually. That's a good question. I'll have to figure out. I'll have to Google that. I'm just saying, at some
before
point.
You get really excited about 65, it's like in World of Warcraft, you hit level 40. It's like, I hit level 40, but there's another 40 levels to go.
Highest.
Anyway, running wise though, Adam, the one thing I did realize is that I'm not going to make my 3 minute run before my July 4th race because there's not enough weeks for me to increment by 10 seconds running every week. So I'm not going to be able to run my 10K on July 4th at a 3 minute running, minute 30 walking pace. So,
well, that gives you something to strive for, right?
Yeah.
By the way, it goes up to 100.
Goes to 100. So 65 out of 100. So over half.
Yeah.
Over half.
Over half.
Over half. You and I actually do watch a lot of the same TV shows. We rarely talk about them on the show because I don't watch things live, and sometimes I don't have the same streaming services you do, and
Well, it's also because if you are watching something week to week, you are right on it. Like the day after it comes out, you're watching it. Whereas Mark and I take our time. Sometimes we save up a couple of episodes.
Here's my problem. It's Survivor that we're talking about, and we have to watch Survivor as soon as possible because we read news on the internet. Like that's how we live our lives. We're constantly reading news on the internet, and these motherfuckers like start printing the name of the person who was eliminated in the headline. And I'm like, wait a second, over half of the people watching the show don't have cable. So over half of the people watching are watching some method of streaming of your network, which means that over half of your audience can't even watch the show till the next day, right? They're going to get it on Paramount Plus or whatever. So they're at least a day delayed. How dare you print a headline on the day that most of the people could even possibly watch it, and with a spoiler as to who gets eliminated? It's like, it's annoying because there's Survivor fan sites. It's like, well, you're not being very friendly to Survivor fans.
You know, also, I set my Google whatever to not give me those Survivor articles.
Yeah, I can do that on my PC. I can't do that on my phone. And that's usually where I'm reading news, is on my phone.
Why not? I did it on my phone.
Oh, well,
we both have Android phones.
Then I don't. Here's the thing. I only want Survivor to be filtered during the time that I want to filter.
Oh, well, I mean, they don't have that advance. You have to you either turn it off or you turn it on. It's kind of like, you're getting all these. No,
it is that easy because on my PC, I have a plugin in Chrome that like literally it's just a toggle, right? I toggle it on when I don't want to see anything about Survivor, and I toggle it off when it's fine to read it. Anyway, that's not important, Adam. Let's move along with this. But what I wanted to talk about on Survivor, and the reason that it's here on the Trello, is we have both over the years. Would you say you've seen all 44 seasons of Survivor?
No, I would not say that. I think I dropped off. I feel like when Survivor first came out, like I watched the first season or two.
Yeah.
At some point I dropped off. Yeah. Probably I don't think Maddie and I watched it when I was living in Texas. So maybe I started back when I moved back to Arkansas. So I don't know. I missed some seasons. I missed kind of in the middle.
I took a break in the middle, but then when those seasons came out on Netflix and now on Paramount, I have now watched them all. I've gone back and watched the seasons that I missed. So anyway, I've watched every season of Survivor. And to its credit, after being on the air for 22 years, it still is fun to watch. Like at no point do I feel like, oh my God, this is just, the same thing that they're doing over and over.
Yeah. I mean, I've gone back.
Excuse me.
I know you don't like Big Brother. I realize that, but
I do not.
I have gone back and watched some Big Brother episodes on streaming. In fact, we have actually watched a couple of Canada seasons.
I like the other country Big Brothers more than the American. The thing that annoys me so much about the American is just the hokey fakeness of it that they just lean into, unlike any other season, any other countries. Like the UK, there are some crazy house guests and everything, but they're not like every single house guest doesn't have an agent and wants to be a star. And it's like, yes, in the US, they're all wannabe models
And in Big Brother, a couple of seasons ago, they had this guy who would go around the house with a pan in his hand with a thing, and he would beat the pan to annoy other people. Yeah. Just like the paella in the restaurant that we went to. If the only difference is he did not scream paella. That was the only difference. Other than that, he was bing, bing.
None of this matters. We need to talk about Survivor. We've talked about everything. All right. So we both watched Survivor.
We did.
Survivor finale was this past week. I was heartbroken because I obviously wanted Carson to win.
I also wanted Carson to win, and I thought he was the most deserving.
Yeah, he was.
Of the ones who were remaining.
Yeah. And also when Carson started answering, asking questions on the jury, and started quoting like statistics and stuff, I'm like, they need to bring him back every season. Like they need to bring him back. He could be the Steve Kornacki of Survivor.
That's what I was going to say. The guy who does the political things where he's like,
you voted correctly with the tribe 86.9% of the time. It was just like, wait, how did you, and then I'm like, well, of course he's interning at NASA and he's, studying astrophysics. Okay, great. He's a math geek.
Well, they probably have phones or something back at whatever that island that they go to.
He doesn't need phones, just paper, whatever.
Whatever.
The Ponderosa is what you're
Ponderosa, yes.
Place. Now, so also I saw today on TikTok that Sia gave him like $15,000 for being her favorite player or something.
Oh, I didn't know she was still doing that, but it has reduced over the years. Is she not doing as well? Because the first time she did it was 50,000. So.
Yeah, she's did $200,000 spread out amongst the contestants. If the headline that I read is to be believed. However, Survivor. So Carson, neither one of our hopeful won. How do you feel about the final vote? How do you feel about the winner and the losers?
Well, okay, if it wasn't Carson, and by the way, everyone, spoiler alert, if you haven't, we just complained about the fact.
Yeah, but this is a finale.
Daniel has to watch.
This is a
He has
finale.
to watch it right away because everyone spoils him. And here we are spoiling you.
No, we're not. Look, this episode, that was on Wednesday. This is Friday evening. By the time that I post this episode, it's going to be Monday. So no, there's no way. This is not a spoiler.
So everyone cover your ears if you haven't watched it yet. But okay. So, of the ones that were left, I felt like Heidi. I thought it was a good decision for her to make fire because I thought, you know what, she didn't really have a resume.
Yeah, but then she just leaned on that, like that was her entire resume, and I'm like,
no, I know.
I
understand, but I thought it was a good decision because what else did she have? And then I thought I kind of in my heart wanted Carolyn to win if it wasn't Carson. I don't think she played like it was weird, her game, because social game wise and stuff like that, I think she did good, but she didn't win anything. Like, she was weird, but I wanted her to win just because I liked her like towards the end. But I do think that Jam Jam was the most deserving. He had won competitions. He was very strategic. He did have a social game as well. He's gay. So, I mean, all of those things.
And he reminds me of Richard. Like, the way that Joe Batanz was describing Richard, of being like self-centered and just very, into himself and whatever. That's how I felt about Jam Jam. It's like, I didn't like Jam Jam as a person. And so that was kind of why I think I wasn't happy about him winning. And I had to wonder, because he's Puerto Rican and English is his second language, and all of which is to make the point that he was just at a disadvantage of speaking to the jury eloquently as Carolyn was, who is a recovering addict and who has problems speaking, right? She's very crazy when she speaks.
Oh, I'll tell you this. I don't think any of their answers to I don't think that they did a good job promoting themselves in that scene where they ask all the questions. I thought none of the three did a good job.
I disagree. I think Heidi did a horrible job. I think Heidi was just like, all she kept saying it, because at one point she tried to call out Jam Jam on something he said, and he's like, no, we just wanted you to think that. It was just like, just to show how out of touch she was about the whole thing, because the other people that were involved in it were going, yeah, we just wanted you to think that we didn't know what we were doing. Anyway, my point is, I just, part of me just felt like, is this just another one of those bullshit sexist things where like they won't vote for a woman? It's because honestly, I feel like the resumes of Carolyn and Jam Jam were identical. They had identical resumes. They did the same things. They did a few sneaky things, each of them, but they all kind of balanced out. They're very much equal, Carolyn and Jam Jam, in my head, right? I feel like Carson was the one that was really controlling everything, and Carson should have won because he was just so good at this game. Every single person loved him. It's just
I was really surprised that he was not good at fire, because he talked all season about having practiced everything at home, down to like 3D printing the puzzles and all this kind of stuff.
But he said I can make fire at home. I thought, I had it down really well. It's like, but being here and with the pressure and the lack of sleep and the no food, it's like, it's not the same. It's not, he's trying to do it, but he's failing. And then that gets him frustrated. And that's why he started crying. And it's like, also, are we supposed to believe that he's not gay? Because
I don't know. I don't think we know. Do we? Did he ever say one way or the other? Mark and I were talking about it, and we didn't know, because I don't.
At the beginning of the season, he said something about like what kind of girl wants to go out with the skinny guy or something, the scrawny skinny guy, when he's talking about gaining the, 30 pounds of muscle or whatever for the show. But come on, he was crying when Sia showed up on the call, to talk to him on this recording I saw on TikTok. He's like, before Sia even said a word, he's like, oh my God, I'm your biggest fan. And I have it's like, I was like, blah, blah, blah. He's like, he didn't even know why she was there. And he was just like, wigging out over Sia. He was in tears. He's like, I'm like, oh, that little gay boy loves Sia.
I honestly don't know if he's gay or straight.
It doesn't. Ultimately, I don't think it affects anything one way or the other. But I was unhappy. Yeah.
Jam Jam. One thing, because I didn't love Jam Jam throughout the season, but one thing, when he was there hugging Carson and helping him learn how to make fire, I kind of liked him a lot more after that.
I thought, because he was being really nice.
Yeah, because he was being super nice, and he was like, helping him.
And we had never seen that. Yeah. During the season, we had rarely saw Jam Jam being nice. Jam Jam was just being, very fake and always doing the things that benefited him. I will say this, for those of you who may have been turned off of Survivor a long time ago because you just, were tired of it or whatever, go and watch season 44. It's on Paramount Plus. Just watch season 44. It was the best season for a while. I would say probably the best season over the last 5 seasons.
Even though you now know who won and who didn't.
Yeah.
Which for me kind of,
No, it's the journey.
It.
How do you get there? It's like that. You know what? Even though I read headlines that spoil who got eliminated at Tribal Council, I still don't know why. I still don't know why that happened. There's a whole story to tell as to why. Also, did you see that Survivor next year is going to 90-minute episodes?
No, I didn't. Same amount of episodes, just longer, or are they shortening the number of episodes?
Nope, they're leaving too much on the cutting room floor, and so they are now moving to 90-minute episodes. Same number of episodes, 90-minute. So
okay.
I feel like a lot of it has to do with the writer's strike and stuff, because that fills up extra time in the schedule. Yeah. But,
I think they also ordered extra episodes of Amazing Race or something.
Yeah. Those are going to be 90-minute also.
Yeah.
And that makes sense, right? In a reality show in that way, where you've got thousands of hours of footage and you just have to edit it down, what's the difference really between editing it down for an hour or 90 minutes? It's not a lot of extra work. Anyway. All right. So let's go ahead and move on to, this next topic, which is yours, and I don't want to blurt it out. I don't know if that is the topic or not.
So you know what you asked me?
It feels like an AI prompt because, ladies and gentlemen, the topic says money to uncle and recognition. I feel like I would type that into Mid-Journey, and there would be some kind of cool artwork. I
mean, people who listen to this show, who've listened for a while, probably know me a little bit. Not know me, but I mean, kind of know how I would respond to things, right?
Yes.
And so you asked me if either of my topics were sad, and okay, the beginning of this topic is sad. I'm sorry, everyone, but it is not a sad overall topic. So
think of it like the first 10 minutes of Up.
We've got to get past this one little sad fact.
Ellie's gonna die. Carl and Ellie are really cute together, but Ellie's gonna die. That sets up the rest of the movie. So you just gotta suck it up. That cute little girl, she's gonna die.
It's gonna be okay though. We just have to get past this the little prick,
right?
The prick that happens. So a couple of months ago, my mom tells me, "Oh, your uncle and aunt in Idaho called us and said that your aunt's son, because your uncle, they got married after she already had she had adult children.
Son.
So my uncle's stepson, who is my age. Are they actually
saying this, or are they just saying names and you don't want to say names?
I mean, I could say names. No, I don't know if I want to say names.
No. What I'm asking is, are the people on the phone actually saying, you know what, your aunt's son is, or did they are using names?
She said the name.
Okay.
Mom
so
said
they're
the
not,
name.
It's not big in Arkansas that you refer to people by some kind of like lineage of relationship.
She said the name, but if I just say the name, you guys aren't going to know who I'm talking about.
I get it. I just want to, it's like in those movies where they speak Russian and then you zoom in and then they start speaking English. And it's like, wait, did they switch to English? Like for real? Are we supposed to think that the English was the Russian and that was so I just wanted to clarify that the people in Arkansas aren't saying your ex-cousin's son.
No. She said
Steve,
his name. So she's like, your cousin. She said his name.
Yeah.
She's like, he was having numbness in his arm and he went to the doctor and they did an MRI or whatever. And he has terminal brain cancer. And so,
oh God, I was mid sip on that. Hold on. Do you consider that to be the little bump that we have to get over?
I mean, it's a little bump that we have to get over. He's got about a year.
My dad died of brain cancer. Well, you do know that, right? Just like,
oh, that's right. Well, no, I actually didn't think about that, but I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
It's all right.
It's not a little thing, Daniel.
We're over the hump. We've gotten over the hump. Yeah, it's like,
so anyway, because of that, and he already had bad luck finding jobs and stuff.
Right.
And he was going to have to,
because of the brain cancer.
Yeah. Right. He had this is another thing. He had just found a job.
Yeah.
And literally just started that week. And because of all the treatment, he can't continue that job.
Oh.
Anyway, so anyway, all that being said, I was talking to my parents and they were like, well, they don't have a lot of money. He just got remarried. He has kids with his first wife and he's sending alimony and his financial situation is not good. And they're like, we're going to send a little bit of money because we want to help them out so that he can stay in his apartment. Mm-hmm. And I said, you know what? I want to help too. Let me know what I can do. And they said, okay, we'll ask them, what you need help, what they need help with. So and then when my aunt and uncle were in town, they were in town a few weeks ago, and I told them again, I'm like, hey, seriously, I want to help if you guys need any help. Because I think he was going to have to move in with them at some point, and he's married and they just have a small house and, whatever. So I'm like, I really want to help. Just let me know. Right. And so my uncle texted me yesterday and he says, hey, I want to call you. What time would be good? So he called me after work. And I knew what he was going to, ask because I'd already said, hey, I want to help. And so he said, hey, your cousin, again, I'm not going to say his name. He has to pay alimony to his ex because of the kids. And we've had to pay for these moving expenses and all this stuff. Is there any way you can just pay a month of alimony? Or you can send us money for it. And it was $800.
Okay.
And I was like, yeah, no problem. And I got all the information and everything. But I was thinking, I was prepared to send much more. Like I was thinking between $3,000 and $5,000.
Yeah.
Because I really wanted to help. Like I wanted to help. I was like, $800. That's not, what is that? And so anyway, so then,
but you could have sent more.
So this is what I'm getting to.
Okay.
And so, you guys, he may live 1,000 years. You don't know. I mean, right. He could be miraculously healed.
Yes. He won't.
And so anyway, we went through the whole conversation and I just said, okay, that's fine. I can help, whatever. And so I then went to my account and I thought, you know what? I'm just going to, he said he needed 800, but they're trying to get the alimony lowered, but they have to go to court and all this stuff and they don't know how much. So I'm just going to do 2 months. But then I thought, 1,600 is kind of like a weird number. So I'm just going to bump that up to 2,000.
Right.
So I sent 2,000. I sent 2,000 to them. And then I texted and said, hey, just sent it. It's going to take 1 business day to get there. By the way, I sent a little bit of extra. Use it for whatever you guys need.
Okay.
I have not gotten a response back. And see, the thing is, I mean, I want to think of myself as a generous person because, I mean, I am. I will be generous with people. I will. I haven't done it yet, but I even have money in my car so that I can start giving homeless people money because I really want to be more generous.
Are you going to be sad if those homeless people don't say thank you?
Right. And so I was just like, okay, you could like text back and go, oh my God, that was so generous of you. Thank you. This is what's crossing my mind. Now it's been over a day.
Oh my God.
Radio silence. I mean, I'm not saying did it ever occur to you that they don't know what to say? Like, I mean, maybe. And
all right, wait, because this is important. It's important. It was not that long ago. Right? You and I have known each other for a decade and a half or so. It was not that long ago, Adam, that the thought of sending someone $2,000, not $800, not to mention $2,000, but the thought of just when we first started Pride 48 all those years ago, and you were working
poor.
And you were working 3 jobs to try to pay off Maddie's debts.
Yeah.
And someone said, "Hey, could you send me $2,000, you would have been, there's no fucking way I would ever send you $2,000. No, okay. But what I'm trying to say is now consider it the other way around. Consider that, because I remember there was some listener that tipped you guys like $400 and you guys went ape shit. You guys went ape shit over this, right? You were just like, oh my God, thank you so much. And you like met the guy then he ended up standing you up or whatever. It was a weird thing, but $400 did make it to your account and you guys were both like very speechless.
That was a crazy situation.
It was. Now imagine that those same 2 boys that were so crazy over the $400 got $2,000. Would they even know? Because you're thinking, if I say thank you, that's not enough. This is so much more than what I wanted that just the thought of me saying thank you belittles it, right? There's some way that I have to express to him that this means so much that a mere thank you is insufficient.
So you're saying I'm going to get an award? Like next time I go see them, they're going to give me a plaque?
What I'm saying is that they may not know what to say. They may just be paralyzed with that whole thought of what do I say? I can't just say thank you. I've got to express, our thanks in some other way. I need to write them an email and then they spend a day or 2 trying to write the email. And then it becomes, well, now it's just going to seem horrible if I send it to them now because it's been so long. So I'm just going to leave it at, you know what I'm saying? I feel like, honestly, and this is just me, right?
Yeah.
If you were going to give them the money, then it doesn't matter whether they say thank you or not.
I wonder if I need to send them more, to get to
my point. No, my point is, if it should have made you feel good to give them the $2,000,
it did.
Then you don't need the thank you. If it made you feel good to give it to them, you don't need the thank you.
And I just want to clarify for everyone listening who now thinks I'm a horrible person, because that's what I was thinking about. I needed something to talk about on the podcast. And this is something that came to my mind. And I thought, oh my God, they didn't thank me. And that was it. I didn't even talk to Mark about it. I haven't said it to anyone. But the worst part was they didn't say you deserved your promotion. How dare they? And I just wanted to be honest with my podcast listeners. These are the kind of thoughts that go through my mind.
Okay.
Good to know. That's it. That's it. I mean, I'm not mad at them, and they are going through a horrible experience. And Daniel, I'm so sorry because I knew that your father had passed away, but it did not even register to me. I don't even I was like, oh my God, you can cut that part out if you want.
Oh, great. Make extra editing work for me. Yeah. Thanks. All right. Here's the thing. Let's move away from that topic. That was fun. That was really fun with the whole brain cancer thing. Here's the thing, Adam, if you're going to give people money, and it makes you feel good, then just leave it at that. Let that be the part that makes you feel good. Like, at Christmas time, if you go to like Walmart, you can go up to the customer service counter and you can say like, hey, who has a lot of stuff on layaway? Like I want to pay for $1,000 worth of people's stuff on layaway.
Yeah.
And they will just apply your $1,000 to people's layaway so that when the next time they come back in with the money to get it, it's already been paid for. They have no idea who it was. It's a Christmas miracle. It makes you feel good to think that that's what's going to happen. Whether that's what happens or not, it makes you feel good to think, okay, that's what's going to happen, right? In my mind, and that's what makes me feel good, right? That's all I need. I don't need actual people trying to talk to me and say thank you, because I've been there before. I've received a lot of things from people before and not known how to say thank you. And so I realize that is, a horrible situation to be in. It
is a character flaw of mine. I'm admitting right now that the Lady Gaga song, I Live for the Applause. I don't know what the name of the song is. Maybe it is I Live for the Applause.
I believe it's called Applause.
but I mean, that's kind of me. I just subconsciously, I not on purpose, but I really like the applause, And so, I did an angel tree a couple of years, but they don't know who you are. So they can't really, thank you.
So you're more the YouTuber guy that wants to go in and like give someone a briefcase of like $2,000 so that they can be like, oh my God, thank you so much.
If I'm ever a millionaire, like donate a bunch of money to a college so they put my name on the building.
You'll need to be more than a millionaire.
Billion, whatever. I don't even know what I said. Billionaire, trillionaire.
Yeah.
So they put my name on the building. The Adam Burns Geeky Gay Conservatory
and Dance Hall. Conservatory and Dance Hall. I don't know if you've been paying attention to what's been happening with the crazy right-wing people in America. And I kind of feel like you don't keep track of that. I kind of feel like your position is, I don't want to know. It's bad and I don't want to know.
I'm not saying it's right and it's not right, but I am kind of an ostrich.
That's what I'm saying.
I am personally.
Yeah. So I, like a lot of people on social media, kind of curate my bubble, right? The people that I follow on social media are not crazy right-wingers, right? When I scroll through TikTok and stuff, I'm not seeing crazy right-wingers and stuff. I'm seeing, largely stuff that I like. So when you run across it, it catches you off guard, right? It kind of like slaps you in the face and goes, oh wait, yeah, fuck. So I was scrolling through my Facebook feed this morning, and as I've been told, my ex-niece-in-law.
You still use Facebook, Boomer? What is up with that?
I'm not a boomer. I'm Gen X.
I know, but I'm just saying, okay, Boomer. Anyway, go ahead. You were scrolling through Facebook and...
You still use Twitter, Nazi? I mean, come on. Same thing. Here's the thing. Now you made me forget what I was saying. What was I saying?
You were scrolling
I was scrolling through my Facebook feed, and my ex-niece-in-law had a one of those memes that people pass along, but it was this very right-wing one. It said something along the lines of, let's all, where is it at? Let's all name Emma Wyatt as, the best swimmer in America because she lost her first place win to a man, right? And it's in reference to an NCAA woman's swim meet where a transgendered woman, Leah Thomas, came in first place. And these right-wingers are butthurt over this. This happened back in 2020, somewhere in there. I mean, this wasn't like this year. It wasn't just now. I mean, this was, a year and a half or so ago that this happened. And they're just so butthurt over this. They're so completely butthurt over the fact that this trans woman came in first place. Now, she didn't break any records. She didn't really perform all that well in the race. If you look at, the history of NCAA scores for that race, right? She didn't really score even in the top 10 of times for that race that she won. But because she's trans, of course, everyone's, it's because she had the testosterone and blah, 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 which, of course, is an NCAA race, and the National Collegiate Athletics Association has standards, right? You have to be on hormone replacement therapy for at least 3 years before you can play in your division if you're trans. And you have to have your blood tested to see what your level of testosterone is, because all men and women have both testosterone and estrogen in their bloodstreams. It's just the ratios of those that help with muscle growth and whatnot. So she's tested, right? And so it pissed me off so badly, Adam, because I'm like, I don't care about sports.
No,
like
you
sports,
don't. As we learn every week when I read the sports question.
Yep.
And
I despise sports. I don't like sports. To me,
I think game, after you've been running for another couple of years, you'll become like this big sports person, because now you'll be like an athlete. You'll be at the gym training, like all this. Anyway, go ahead.
Be at the YMCA.
Yeah, exactly.
Because they were straight.
You'll be hanging out at the gym all the time.
I do that now. Anyway, so I don't care about sports. I really don't care about sports. I especially don't care about women's sports. Like, if I'm going to watch gymnastic, it's going to be the men's gymnastics. If I'm going to watch diving, it's going to be men's diving, right? It's like, go ahead.
It's funny that you say that, because you would think, because I like to see naked men and half naked men. I know that most of us do, but Cyclone sent a special video just for me that we'll get to later, because everyone knows how like crazy I am about seeing nudity.
Yes.
And I prefer women's gymnastics. Not because I like what they look like. Fine. I just like the gymnastics better.
Okay, fine. But my point is, this is me. I don't care about women's sports or sports in general. And I had to fucking do research on women's swimming in order to, basically formulate my anger that I had at this stupid meme that's going around, that we should name her to be she was robbed because a trans woman beat her. Now, I believe that a trans woman is a woman, a trans man is a man. I believe that period. I believe that, right? But my question to you, Adam, is what do you feel about trans athletes? Like, do you have any opinion on that? Do you feel that this woman who won, Leah Thomas, do you feel like she should not have won because she is trans?
No, I feel unqualified to answer this, because first of all, I think they should be allowed, because I think that's what's fair. Like, I think they are a woman. They should be able to play women's sports. So correct. I totally am on that page. Scientifically speaking, I don't know the answer to, are they better or worse? No, I wasn't asking. I'm just asking for a gut feel. Just a gut feel. Like, do you feel like Leah Thomas should have won this race? Like, do you feel like her win was she should have won
fit?
Because she won. I mean,
no, but I'm saying, do you feel like she beat out the second place person because she had an advantage of being a trans athlete, or do you feel like
that's where I'm not a scientist. I don't know. I don't know all the facts behind it, but I do think they should be allowed to do it. I think what we should do is be like, you ever watch American Ninja Warrior?
I haven't, but I'm familiar with the concept. Yes.
Well, they have women and men competing in the same thing. So I think we should just get to a point where they, like in golf, where they handicap you, but it's not even based on your sex. It's based on something else, like your weight class, or they could take measurements of muscle mass or something.
See, but I mean, we can't. I mean, the genders are not equal, right? Men, because of a higher levels of testosterone, have bigger muscles. They have more strength. Women, because they have more estrogen, have, less hair loss or have larger breasts.
I have seen some women at my salon though.
But what I'm saying is that, there is a difference between the genders, but it's not, these right wingers are so, black or white about this. Like somehow in their mind, I think they believe that women only have estrogen and men only have testosterone. Like it doesn't occur to them that both sexes have both hormones, right? It's like,
no, I got it.
No, but what I'm saying is that I don't think they do. Like when I think about crazy right-wing people, and I'm sorry, your mother comes to mind.
They put Trump in office. Of course they don't have logical thoughts in their head. I mean, obviously. But
it's just this whole, what is this whole recent fear of trans people that is just infecting this country? It's stupid and it's ridiculous. And I don't know what to do about it. I mean, I really, how do I reply to my ex niece-in-law, right? Do I reply? Do I like jump in and say like, okay, let me tell you what I did learn from my 30 minutes. Let me tell you, Adam, what I did learn from my 30 minutes of research here. A lot of this comes from The Independent, which is a UK news source. They actually ran the numbers to see whether Leah Thomas had gone, did she perform better than men would have? Did she perform equal to what men would have there? Did she perform better than other women? Like, was she number one overall? And what they found is that her performance was nowhere near any record-breaking thing. She won her race in 4 minutes and 33 seconds. Now, the race for the record for a woman is like 4 minutes and 20 seconds or something. So she's like a full 12 seconds. And this is college sports, right? This is measured in tenths of seconds. This is not, people being a second or two behind somebody is considered a big deal. She's 12 seconds off from any kind of a record. And when they ran the numbers and compared them against all the other 500 freestyles that had been run over the past like 12 or 14 years, they found out that she like really was kind of in the bottom middle of the pack of the winners of all of those other races. So it was like there was no performance gain for her to be there. Not to mention that the NCAA as well as the Olympics have in place measures to test your blood, right? To see what your levels of hormones are. And that's not something that can easily be faked, right? That's they implemented that a long time ago when the Russians were giving their female gymnasts like testosterone and stuff, right? It's like, the point is that, it's regulate, it's like, I just don't, she's a woman and she performed really well and you fuckers can't be happy for her. Instead, you've got to make it about, oh, well, she's trans. That's why she won with absolutely nothing to back it up, nothing anywhere to back up that she performed extra well because, earlier in her life, she had a higher level of testosterone, right? It's like, I'm sorry, Adam.
I agree with you. I just don't know. I don't know what to say. I will say this, also, I couldn't get a word in. So, but what I will say
now's your chance because I'm drinking.
It doesn't surprise me, and I'm sure I'm going to offend somebody because the Lord knows I do. Yeah. Sometimes
weekly.
But I feel like they should be more accepting of trans folk than they are of gay folk, or like because. Biologically speaking, there is proof that babies are born with both sex organs and other things. So it should be something that's just like science to them, where they're like, you know what? They were born biologically with, I feel like that's easier to even grapple with than, my mom not liking the fact that I sleep with men. But if they're literally babies born with multiple sex organs and all that kind of stuff. So biologically that happens. So they just happen to get the wrong one. That's all.
Oh, in most cases, hermaphroditic kids, the doctor just makes a decision on which one looks better. It's like, It's a completely random decision by the doctor. Has nothing to do with how the child will develop.
Question in the chat room, which I feel like that's the backlash I'm going to get is I'm saying I think they should be more accepting of trans people.
Okay.
Or they have reason to be accepting of trans people more so.
Okay, I think what you're saying is that, all right, they don't like gays and they don't like trans people. However, you feel that they should not like the gays the most.
Yeah.
Because that is the most alien to them. In other words, in their experience or in their reading somewhere, they've heard about the fact that children can be born with both sex organs.
And there's something physical you can point to say babies are actually born with both a penis and a vagina. So you can in your brain say, oh, of course somebody could be trans.
Okay.
Right?
That's what, yeah.
Scientifically speaking.
But to understand, but for the concept of them to be a man and desire another man's penis is so alien to them that would put it to be like, I can't even comprehend.
And there's nothing physical to latch on to prove it. So they can, it's not, and they can always say.
I feel like, I don't know, this is just my gut feeling, but I feel like right-wing men hate trans people because they're completely consumed with whether or not a woman has a bigger dick than themselves. Like I feel like it all just boils down to that. Like there's some woman out there who's got a bigger dick than me. No, not in my reality. That is not going to happen.
You know what totally has amazed me is that. So I kind of like This is gonna be weird.
It's okay, Adam. It's okay.
It's not weird. I want to admit this. Yeah. Uh-huh. I find trans men to be hot.
Okay.
I mean, it's nothing to be ashamed of, but I'm just saying because I have a problem with the top part and not so much the bottom part of women. Right. Okay. I'm very oral. I like, whatever. Okay. And so but something that I actually had never thought of and, is the clitoris is basically a penis.
Yes.
So when they start taking the hormones and stuff, it gets bigger and looks like a penis.
Yes. The ball sacks are actually what, labias or something? I forget. It's like there's a correlation between
right? The ovaries are like
those are just testicles.
Testicles. Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like the ball sacks are part of the. It's like it's all like we all have the same genetic material. It's just how the things.
They're
are
just little baby penises. I mean, they get bigger, but.
Okay. I think we're gonna leave it right there. We're gonna leave it right there.
3, 2, 1. Contact is the secret, is the moment when everything happens. Contact is the answer, is the reason that everything happens. Contact. Let's make contact.
Excellent. It is the contact segment of the show. This is the segment of the show where where we will read our emails, play our voicemails. Adam, do we have any emails this week? That's what I was trying to say.
We do. I'm trying to get to them. I don't know if you saw this one. I think I included you on the reply all because I replied to it. I was so shocked.
I saw it, but I also wanted to hear it on the show. So go ahead.
We have a longtime listener of Dubious Intent and Dubious Intent Plus that was very active, calling in, and also, what's her son's name? Ethan? Or is her son's name Ethan? Okay. It just came to me just now because I was wondering. She has other kids now, but we didn't know them, so I don't know their names.
Yep.
So Carrie, some people who listen for a long time, and I had honestly wondered, I wonder if Carrie ever knew or if she just moved on from listening to podcasts or whatever. Anyway, Carrie wrote an email. Says, hey guys, new listener here. I'm severely offended that I didn't know you guys started a new podcast until over 100 episodes in.
Hold on, Adam. We're grossly negligent if we don't do this first.
Carrie, she's so happy. I don't know what to do with myself because she's so happy. And her name is Carrie. Boop, 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 boop.
It goes on for a while.
That's kind of like the sound effect that you did for the spinning wheel where you're like, beep, boop, 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 boop. You don't know when it's going to end. It just keeps going.
Just keep going. Yeah, that was the old theme song. She called in so much. That was Alden, one of the original hosts of Dubious Intent, one of the podcasts that preceded this one. That had a theme for Carrie.
So she says, y'all know I was/am your biggest fan.
Yes.
Eager to catch up now. Also, Daniel, I may be going to Orlando end of June. Can you make time for me?
I absolutely can make time for you.
Have you ever met her in person?
Yeah, I met her and Ethan and the youngest at that time that had just been born. I think Carrie was also pregnant with the next one, but and her husband, met them in Los Angeles. I was out there for a trip. They actually drove down to meet me in Los Angeles. We had lunch together.
For a while there, she was popping kids out like Tic Tacs or whatever. She must have like 10 or 15 now.
But I follow her on Facebook. I like see her all, seeing her kids all the time out doing fun things and whatnot. So it's Carrie. Anyway, Carrie.
There's another email.
Let me know when you're down here in June. I'd be happy to come over and see you guys over at Disney.
Linda says, I use Overcast, much easier interface for Apple. Thanks for not saying my last name.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't remember us talking about which podcatcher she used.
Yeah,
but maybe
because we were, because we didn't know whether she listened on iTunes or whether she listened on whatever. It was I don't remember. She had written in about something. And the solution to it was, it has to do with your podcatcher. And then we didn't know what podcatcher. And now she wrote back. This is the problem, Adam, is that we both are bad at remembering what we said in the previous week. Because from her perspective, she's just answering the question that we asked. And we're the jackasses that are basically like, what? What are you talking about? You're like, hey, can you tell me what 2 + 2 is?
Oh, no, it wasn't a question. It wasn't a question. She said she has never searched for crepe erase in her life. But after I mentioned it on the podcast, now she's getting crepe erase ads. And we were saying, maybe somehow the podcast app is like knows what was in those because, they're transcripts and stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway.
All right, what's our? That was our
Angela wants to join level 13.
Of course.
So
absolutely.
Yeah.
What is level 13, Adam? I've never heard of such a thing.
Level 13 is our super secret club behind the scenes backstage pass.
Really?
To Mix Minus.
Do you get extra audio content every week?
You do. You get a pre-show where Daniel and I talk about our video settings for about half an hour.
We don't do pre-shows anymore. It's just post-show.
And we talk about our video settings for about half an hour, and then we start the show. And you get that. You also occasionally, although it's been like a year, sometimes you get a 3-way show with us and Auntie Scott.
I thought you were talking about our after show because I've been posting the after show for regularly now for the last several weeks. Archer in the chat room wants to know, what does it cost? Adam, this sounds really expensive. This sounds like something that someone would pay on Patreon, like $5 a month or $10 a month or some crap like that.
Daniel, it's not $99.99.
No,
it's even better.
What is it?
If you call right now.
Yeah,
it's not even $199. It's not $99.99. It's not.
Then you went up and then
$9.99.
Yes.
It is $0 if you call now, ladies and gentlemen.
Wow! Don't call. We don't want you to call. What we do want you to do is send an email to contact@mixminuspodcast.com and say, I want to join level 13, and we will reply to your email with your very own personalized RSS feed where you can get all of our extra audio things that we do. Also access to our Discord server just for level 13 folks. Although we don't nearly do enough posting there. We really should commit to like making at least one post a week in level 13. Like
we talked about that last week and I forgot.
Yeah. We should, even if it's just taking a picture and posting a picture in there or something.
I'm going to do that. Okay. From now on, I'm going to randomly post a out of context, like non sequitur picture. You're not going to know what it is. It's just going to be random. It might be of the worms on my back porch.
Now I am looking here at the phone list of the phone calls. We got 13 phone calls. I'm going to assume that a lot of them are Tina Turner. So I'm just going to apologize to you folks now that once we've gotten a couple of Tina Turners under our belt, we'll probably zip through a lot of the
Daniel, what's love got to do with it?
Love's got nothing to do with this. This has to do with Let's listen to our first phone call though.
Ray Stevenson is dead at 58. Too bad. He was a silver fox. And also, just to state, I'm not stoned. Have a good day, guys. Thank you.
She's not what?
Stuck up? I think you accused Bacon Bits of being stuck up.
Did I? I mean, who knows? Look, I am on so many podcasts, and actually, it's less than it used to be.
Yeah. Was this a valid death? Who did she say?
I don't know. Can you go back?
Ray Stevenson is dead.
Ray Stevenson.
Ray Stevenson.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I kind of recognize him. I think he is a famous actor, so.
We'll give it to Archer in the chat room says that he unsubscribed to level 13.
I mean, he probably did.
Why'd you do it, Archer? Why'd you do it? Because of Audio Gate?
He's hateful.
All right, let's get to our sextant. Let's get to our sextant. Auntie Scott in the chat room says it's Stevens.
No, not Ray Stevens, not the singer.
No.
It's Ray Stevenson.
Okay.
Ray Stevens, who was like, you picked a wrong time to leave me, Lucy. No, that's not him. Or the squirrel. Is there one about a squirrel in a church?
There's a lot of songs about squirrels in churches.
Anyway.
Oh, the streak. Streak.
Not the same person.
They called him the streak.
Hey, I wanted to call and congratulate Adam on his promotion.
Oh,
I'm sure somebody else deserved it better, but you know.
Yeah. Thank you. I don't know who you are, but thank you.
Say who they were. Well, thank you. Not a person we don't know.
I mentioned that last week. You were very upset that you were told, congratulations on your promotion, but you were upset that people didn't say you deserved it.
I did. I know. I do remember saying that.
Yeah. Okay.
First, I have to say I recently got into Marvel Comics, like maybe a year ago. So I do know Ray Stevenson, age 58, dead.
Yeah.
Bacon.
Yeah.
I wanted to say congratulations to Adam about his job, but quite frankly, I don't. Woodhaven.
Oh,
thank you, Kathy. I know you do.
Yeah.
I know you do.
Ray Stevenson. So that was in there. Was that?
That was number 2. We're on number 3.
That was number 3.
No, that was number 2.
No. Number 2 was the unknown caller that congratulated you on your promotion.
We're on number 4.
We're on number 4 now. Yes, keep track. We're on number 4.
Adam, Daniel.
Yes.
It's Bacon Bits.
Hey, Bacon Bits.
Of the Bacon household.
Yes.
Adam, I was going to be like, congratulations, you deserve it. Or I was going to be like, congratulations, you don't deserve it, like irony.
Right.
But honestly, are you a Generation Z? I thought it was my generation that needed the extra validation along with it. While I'm sure you're completely qualified for the position and deserving of it, and that person is just a hater. I have been nominated for Barista of the Month the past 6 months.
Wow.
And have not received it. So at least you got your promotion.
Yeah.
Bacon Bits.
Yes, go ahead. I'll pause her. Go ahead.
I want to say something. It's a learning moment for you. Since you're apparently listening, I'm an elder now. You see,
Okay. This is Adam.
It's a
Adam from
for
on
you.
high.
Look, Bacon Bits. It is an honor, or can I say Sydney, and not the dog, by the way.
Not the dog. This is the Sydney that you changed the way that you said.
Yeah, because of her, because she came first.
Yeah.
Sydney Bacon
Came
was
before
here
Sydney the
before
dog.
Sydney the dog. Yes. So anyway, it is an honor to be nominated. That's it. Thank you. Damn it.
I was trying to get to the
She wasn't finished.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. I have to go back to that phone call there. You know what, Adam? I might have had a gummy. All right. Whatever.
Did you forget?
What hey, Ben?
Oh, that's it.
Excuse
thanks.
me. Don't play that. That was disgusting.
Oh, wow. Yeah,
Have a good day.
Thanks, Sid.
We don't edit these before or listen to them before.
Oh, man. 2 minutes and 50 seconds. We got a 2 minute and 50-second phone call here, Adam.
Daniel, first
Yes.
of all, let me say hi, Kathy Marshall. My
Hi.
new
Oh, yeah.
best buddy friend who gives
Kathy
me
Marshall. Yeah.
Christmas
She's in the
tree
chat room.
ornaments.
Yeah.
So, okay, got that out of the way.
Oh, she said
good
hi,
job on
Kathy
the
Bacon
120.
in the chat room.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
I am able to jog on my treadmill myself.
Oh,
and
yes.
I guess what I'm wondering is like what are you running at or whatever? Is it like a 9-minute mile or a 13-minute mile or like I can jog for 80 minutes nonstop or whatever, but that's just jogging. Of course, I haven't done that since before I injured my knee or whatever, my left knee. But
So let me answer that. So when I'm running in my intervals right now, I am averaging 13, like right at 13 minutes a mile, sometimes 12:50 a mile. So right in the high 12s, low 13 minutes per mile.
anyway, I'm listening to the show, and I'm at the part where you're pulling the clip.
Yeah.
And I'm just kind of sitting here listening, having 43 billion thoughts all at once.
Yeah.
And listening to Adam, and not to bemoan the subject or, begrudge anyone for what they're saying, but Adam, you're upset because some dirtbag you work with doesn't think you deserve a promotion, but you're kind of laughing at Daniel or mocking him because he pulled a clip and because he got his feelings hurt by somebody who's been a member of this Pride 48 community for 15 years. I think there's a little bit of a difference.
Yeah, it's different. I was justified. Daniel was not. That's.
I know people wash their hands of me, but I think I washed my hands of two for every one. It's kind of like
she does like a
when
bargain.
You start telling me my kids are spoiled, you're not telling me anything I don't know. But I never also asked you for parental advice, I wash my hands of people like that. It's like, stay out of my business. When you're encroaching into my personal life and we're just acquaintances, we're done. And so that's my story. But anyway, I was just listening, and I'm going to finish listening. But I just wanted to say that, Daniel, I'm totally with you. I get my feelings hurt when people don't acknowledge my existence.
I think we all do.
Or, I could give someone $100, give you a big Benny, and then here down the road, you're like thanking somebody for, opening, the door at the CVS, and it was the greatest thing that happened to you in the month of March. And it's like, wait now.
See there? I want recognition.
You got my Benny.
Thank you.
God. Whatever.
I want to say, you know what? Sydney deserves to be spoiled because she's been nominated so many times for Barista of the Month and she hasn't gotten it. So you need to spoil her.
Won. The poor girl has been nominated sexed times. Sexed, Adam. 6 times. A sextuplet of times.
You're going to think this is not related, but it's kind of related. So I was just thinking a prior topic that we were talking about in this show.
Yes.
And I was thinking, how crazy Republicans are.
Yes.
But I will say this. I went over to my parents' house a few days ago, and Fox News was on. And they were talking about the tipping culture now. And I will say that, look, you know me.
Yes. I
am a generous tipper.
You are.
I tip like a motherfucker. I tip everybody. I'm tipping all the time, at least 20%. That's like my floor. But I do think I do agree. I only heard a very short snippet of what they were saying, so I don't know exactly what their thoughts are. But I do agree that there is now this like tipping culture where you have to tip every freaking person that does, and the reason I thought about that is because Sydney is a barista, and it's like, okay, sure, they're making my drink, but sometimes you go into like a 7-Eleven and you buy like a Mountain Dew, and you just stick your thing in the thing, and then there's a little tip screen on there.
Can't count the number of times I've stuck my thing in the thing.
Maybe this is a thing that we could come together on.
Come together.
And all agree, and that could be the bipartisan
here's the stupid thing. Yeah, but here's the stupid thing, Adam. When you get right down to it, we agree on way more than we actually disagree with, and that's the problem. It's like they've chosen to politicize so many things that we otherwise would agree on, and it's just ridiculous. But you know what? I wanted to address Kathy's phone call. Thank you very much, Kathy Martin.
Kathy Martin. Kathy Bacon.
In my brain, that was like a mashup of Kathy Marshall and Kathy Bacon, but thank you, Kathy Bacon. And I don't think your children, I've never met Sydney, but I have met Garrett. He's not spoiled. Here's the thing. What was I trying to say? Oh, I was walking on somewhere.
You wanted to respond to her call.
Yeah, I did. And because she was talking about, that I got my feelings hurt by Pod is my co-pilot, specifically Taylor. And here's the thing, Adam, I wanted to thank you because you also later on your other podcast, on your award-winning daily podcast, The Geeky Gay, you stuck up for me. Now, you missed the point a little bit because I really didn't have a problem with Taylor's co-host. It was just Taylor that I was, upset about. But I was very, very happy. I was listening to your
stuck
show.
Up for you?
Yeah, I heard this. Here's a clip from your award-winning podcast. Here we go.
I don't like taffy.
And I was just like, that was so nice of you to pick that fight with.
I don't like taffy.
And I was like, that's so nice of you, Adam. But it wasn't Taffy that I had a problem with. It was Taylor. So
is that the AI thing that Joe did?
No, that's literally the beginning of your Tuesday show. You can hear your theme song playing underneath it.
I don't like taffy.
That is part of it was National Candy or National Taffy Day or something.
I don't, okay. Yeah, not Taffy co-pilot. Okay, yeah. Wow. I don't. I'm not going to say it again because you're going to clip it out. I don't like that though. I don't like that. It's a textural thing. I'm not a fan.
You don't like taffy is what you're saying.
I'm saying I don't like that candy. Yes.
Hey, Adam and Daniel, this is Gary in Portland.
Gary,
Tina Turner is dead.
Tina.
It was 83. Anyway, see you whenever Friday is. Talk to you later.
All right, bye. All right, Adam, name a title of one song that Tina Turner sang.
I said, what's love got to do with it?
I know, but now say another one.
I can't think of another one. I off the top of my head, because I'm thinking Aria Respect, but that's Aretha Franklin.
That's Aretha Franklin.
So I'm coming up blank. Those are the two songs that I know.
What's love got to do? It's the only Tina Turner song you know.
Yeah, did she do? Everybody did. I Will Always Love You. Did she do that?
She did not. She did not do that one.
Did she do Chandelier?
Nope. The chat room is trying to help you. Chat room is trying to help.
Better Be Good to Me.
Yes, Better Be Good. Yes, a Tina Turner song. So congratulations. Let's go to our next call here.
Tina Turner, dead, age 83. Dead, and I can't believe Kathy Bacon didn't know this. Oh my gosh, it's 6:30 a.m. here in sunny, freezing, bloody cold Australia. This is Scotty, Aussie Battler. $2, thank you.
$2, yeah.
Did he just say
that's-
Cheetos?
No, he said $2.
Oh, okay.
He's correct. All right. So name another Tina Turner song, Adam.
Rolling on the River.
We'll take that. We'll take that. Let's see. What call was that? Was that number? That was 19 seconds. Was that number 7? I'm on number 8. I really wish you wouldn't number these because I can't remember the numbers. All right. Here we go. Next phone call.
G'day, Adam.
Yep.
G'day, Daniel.
Hi.
This is Scotty, your Aussie Battler.
Hi, Scotty Aussie Battler.
And another death call, which should have been before the last one, except I was trying to make sure I beat Kathy Bacon, seeing as she's obviously got her head in the clouds and didn't know Tina Turner had died. Rolf Harris, dead. Famous international
Rolf Harris?
Comedian,
Never heard of
singer,
him. Never heard of him.
TV star,
Never heard of him.
and artist, famous throughout the English-speaking world, except probably America, but we know Americans don't speak proper English. Dead, more recently
Said the
famous
Australian,
for
yes.
being convicted of kitty fiddling and being a pedophile. But
we both gave the same
anyway,
pedophile. Like
dead.
we both gave the same pedophile noise. Like, oh.
First of all, I don't recognize him when I look at his picture. Also, I'm not giving a pedophile $1.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen.
Okay, it's a Scotty, your Aussie Battler. $2.50 in the pot for me. Thank you.
Suddenly
Bye.
it's going up. I feel like he doesn't understand how
Woodhaven.
currency works. Maybe that's just an Australian thing. What number was that? Is it number 8?
That was number 8. Yes.
Okay, number 9. Oh, I think this is a butt dial because it's a 2-second phone call.
Tina Turner, dead, Bacon would have.
Oh, wow. That was a 2-second Kathy Bacon call, ladies and gentlemen. Tina Turner, Kathy Bacon, Woodhaven. Wow. That was very nice. Was it 9?
You
That
don't
was
need
9?
another hero. That was 9. We're on number 10.
Wait. What did you say?
Another Tina Turner song. You don't need another hero. We
You
don't need
said-
another hero.
Yes. All right. I just wanted to make sure you got, that was from Thunderdome, right, Adam? Did you see the movie Mad Max Thunderdome?
I think I've seen it. Is that the one with the little person in it? No, that's Willow. Well, does Mad Max have the same guy that was in Willow?
Tina Turner was not only in the movie; she sang.
No, I
songs
know.
of it.
But for some reason, when you say that, I think of Willow. But I'm wondering if the same little guy was in both.
Fairness, I never saw Mad Max Thunderdome. I just like Tina Turner.
It's Bacon Bitch,
Hey.
daughter of Bacon.
Yes.
You know how it goes.
Yes.
Tina Turner for the worst.
Yeah.
See what I did there? Because she's dead.
Yeah.
She died at 83, and yeah, she's gone. But that's okay. Because my favorite Tina is Tina Belcher, but still, respectfully, R.I.P. Tina Turner.
Uh,
I don't know. Woodhaven.
No, you don't talk after Woodhaven. You
I
don't.
just got off work. It's raining here.
Tina, but you don't know who Tina Belcher is, do you, Adam?
I don't. I do not. Have you ever heard of NCT Dreamin' or something like that? It's NCL. It's a group.
No.
NCT. Is it NCT? No, I can't remember. Anyway,
No.
keep going.
No, I was going to say I need another Tina Turner song.
Oh, the chat room stopped.
No, but Adam, she was a multi-platinum award-winning songstress.
Oh, sorry, it's NCT Dream.
I don't believe anyone has put Nutbush City Limits out there. Anyway, what call was that? Was that number 10? So now
that was number 10.
11. Number 11.
Yeah, hi guys.
Yeah.
Archie Chris at the Celebrity Tibet Spoon. Rock and roll superstar Tina Turner, dead at 83. Okay.
Wow.
Bye.
Yeah, absolutely. Adam, I need another Tina Turner song.
Honky Tonk Woman.
Did Tina Turner do Honky Tonk Woman?
I can't. I couldn't tell you because none of those songs do I recognize the.
You know what? My favorite song, my favorite Tina Turner song, ever is her cover of Disco Inferno. I love that song
I've got one.
so much.
I've got one, and I can't believe I didn't think of it because we played it in marching band all the time.
Yep. What?
Proud Mary.
Oh, Proud Mary. All right.
I mean, that was like a big, like we score a touchdown, you're playing Proud Mary.
I'm sorry. The judges are telling me that is Rolling Down the River.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Proud Mary, keep on rolling. All right. The next phone call. Wait, was this? What phone call was I on?
11. Now you're on 12.
Okay. Hello.
This is Archer calling for Adam
Yes.
of Mix Minus.
Oh,
and
not
the
me.
Gay podcast.
Not me.
Adam, I heard on your most recent Mix Minus that you got a promotion. Well, I actually heard on your award-winning podcast, Geeky Gay, as well, and I heard you got a promotion. I would like to personally congratulate you on that promotion and tell you that you totally deserved it.
Oh, thank
All right,
you.
enjoy. Bye.
And I called Archer a dick earlier.
I know. It's so mean.
So mean of me. Thank you, Archer. That was so nice.
Archer was our penultimate phone call. I know. Thank God. Here we go. Number finale, number 13.
Yeah, hi guys. Auntie Cruiser.
Yeah.
Just catching up in the last show.
Yeah.
And Daniel, I'm all there for you.
Oh, thank you.
Although I'd had a dream last night, but I was having a party and the What Is My Co-Pilot guys turned up.
Yeah.
And TJ turned up.
Yeah.
But you fuckers didn't. What's the go with that? Admittedly, the What Is My Co-Pilot crew did leave after less than an hour.
Yeah.
Because they found out that it wasn't an open bar, and TJ didn't want to hang out with me afterwards.
Right.
But you guys didn't even show up.
But
Pretty disappointing.
But we did send a check.
Bye.
Now, did the Pod Is My co-pilot crew sit in a chair right in the middle of the room so that everyone can come to them and hold court?
Yeah.
Is that what they did?
I know. I have a picture of you and I together, RT Cruiser, in Vegas for over multiple different years. So I know that we didn't miss your party. That was crazy. That was a crazy dream.
So we have another email that I forgot about.
Oh, yes. Okay.
So Brian in the Wichita.
Hi, Brian in the Wichita.
Says, hey there, Adam. And I know this part was meant for Mix Minus, or should have been read on Mix Minus anyway. Yeah. It's Brian from Wichita. I'm still out here lurking and have really been enjoying your YouTube presence for Mix Minus. One thing I might mention from a viewer standpoint is that your position in front of the mic is perfect. Thank you. We can hear you well and also see your full face. However, Daniel is positioned so that when he's speaking into the
microphone,
we can't see his mouth. We just see his nose and his eyes. He's got such an attractive beard. He needs to reposition the mic so we can enjoy all of it.
Yeah.
And Adam.
Yes.
Well, go ahead. No, you should say your
thing.
No,
that is a function. That is a function of gain, right? So
it is not. I don't have any gain on. I have nothing. It is just I don't. It's the normal setting.
I can't be this far. If I'm this far away from the microphone, I don't. I have my gain set. Here's the thing. I have a woman's voice. I have a very high voice. So if I'm not right up on the mic talking,
Daniel, I'm gonna. You are just so obsessed with this gain thing. It is not. My mouth is right up on the microphone, but my camera is.
You know what? Archer didn't know. Archer didn't know that his gain was all fucked up either.
But
I'm the gain queen, baby.
No, listen,
I am the queen of gain.
It is not. My mouth is right on the microphone, but
no, it's
my
not.
Camera is. Yes, it is. My camera is above my eye level, pointing down, and so that is why you're seeing all of my face is because of the way that my camera is pointing. And yours is probably a little bit lower, and so it's getting you dead on is the reason. I'm saying because my monitor's high and I have my camera up higher.
It's the tripod that is on. If I take it up higher, needs to have more desk space to peg on.
Anyway,
and I don't.
He also says, and you, Adam, could take off your hat once in a while. I know I'm suggesting the unthinkable, so we can see the hair that you devote so much time and effort in maintaining.
That's right.
So...
This is not.
I am actually not wearing a hat this evening. So
You're not. You're not wearing the old munchie hat
Nope.
that you're normally wearing.
Not
you know what,
wearing a
guys?
hat.
If you haven't seen the video, you're just missing so much fun.
That's all we talk about now. Remember that time when you're like, we can't start watching video because as soon as podcast, or we can't start doing video because as soon as podcasts do video.
I feel good about this. The only time that we reference the video is when we're telling people that it exists. But in those cases, we'll say, I'm showing you on video, but I'm going to describe it for the audio. It's like because this week in Google, they piss me off so much because they wanted to add a TikTok segment to their show. And I'm like, TikTok is a visual media. It's like, you're an audio podcast. I get that you have a YouTube presence, but the majority of your listeners are audio.
I download their video podcast, by the way.
I have always sworn that I'm not going to do that. Even though we'll add video to the show, which we are doing on our YouTube channel, I'm not, and on Spotify. I'm not going to, this is still primarily an audio show. Like primarily, most of our people are audio.
You'll probably poo-poo it because any ideas I have, you shit on.
Oh, that is such bullshit.
But I was thinking every week I could download the YouTube video and I could create a separate video feed. And I could, register that as like mix minus video. And then people could also subscribe to that.
Oh, as a video podcast.
As a video podcast. Yes.
Yeah, we can do that. You just need what you want to do is you get the file from Spotify because we need to talk about the YouTube thing after in level 13. Anyway, where are we at? We're here. We're in the damn contact segment. We need to get out. So, any more emails? Any more?
No, that's it.
We're done with that. All right. Excellent.
3, 2, 1. Contact.
Excellent. Archer in the chat room wants to know if you've answered him. Good. Here's the problem with that. Archer, let me just fill those of you in listening on audio that I just preached about. Archer asked in the chat room, are we streaming at 1080 or are we streaming at 4K? So we're doing it at 1080. However, I know for a fact that you and I Zoom to Zoom are only going 720, and this is your video of me comes off of the Zoom video. Because we have not yet figured out the direct bridge. If only you could
send me.
I know. I was waiting for you to tell me what to do. I have an Ethernet cable. I have, I can hardwire the hub in.
Let's talk. Let's talk. The hardware. I prefer a hardware switching solution, as I also prefer a hardware audio mixer, because I find that things done on the computer can be problematic because you have other things running and like all that. So I didn't want to do OBS. So unfortunately, this version of the Blackmagic switcher only is available in 1080 and not 4K.
4Ks are harder to do.
So anyway.
Yeah. So we're at 10, which is fine because
I'm not a TV studio,
Yeah. Daniel, am I wireless? No, I'm not wireless. Anyway, how dare you? Dare you think that I'm wireless? Anyway, we're out of the context. The next topic is yours, my friend. Something about generation.
Okay, I'll
Z.
be quick because we've been going. We're going really long. Not that it matters. It should not matter. We can go as long as we want. But anyway, but I'll be short about this anyway. Gen Z, Bacon Bits is Gen Z, right?
Yes. That's why she made that joke.
So today at work, I was in this meeting. So we're going back to the office on June 5th. We have to do 2 days a week in the office. It's a pain in the butt.
Yes.
But anyway, they had this meeting. They're like, return to work, ways of working, kickoff, and they were trying to make it all exciting. Like we want to go back to the office, like whatever. But,
we'll give you food.
Yeah, they were going through. No, they're not even doing. They're starting the cafeteria back up, but you have to pay.
Oh.
So no, their big deal was you now have free coffee.
Free coffee.
Yeah. And so anyway, on this call, it was a BS call. It was bullshit. Like I learned nothing on this call that I didn't already know. It was bullshit. But they had this segment. Where they brought on, because the Spitball Factory has they're trying to get more into like mental well-being and all this kind of stuff. And so they had given us, I don't know, a year ago probably, they had said, oh, you're all to help with your mental well-being and, you know, all this kind of stuff. We're giving you free access to the Calm app.
Oh, the Calm app.
Right. And they had invited a customer success person from Calm, from the company Calm. Daniel, she literally led a 1-hour meditation on the Zoom call. Now let me tell you, and the reason that she did that is she was showing us this feature that this Calm app, they have a whole segment of meditations that are meant to be used at the beginning of meetings. Can you imagine having a meeting and going in and the leader of the meeting says, okay, everyone, I want you to take a breath in.
Yeah.
And we're just going to hold that. And then we're going to now release it. You know, what would you, I mean, really? And so what I'm thinking is this such a Gen Z thing, like starting a meeting with with meditation? That seems so. And then I was reading an article today.
I mean, Adam, I feel like Adam, you should embrace the calmness of the universe. Here, let's just take a moment. Let's just take a moment together. Let's just breathe in. Just breathe in. Oh, just hold it. Now hold it. Just hold it, and just think of it expanding in your lungs. Now let it out. Oh, the release of the air into the universe, and with it all your bad energy, all your bad thoughts.
Oh my God! Now I feel like I can do a podcast.
All right, now Adam's going to do a PowerPoint on
the ROI for this thing. Anyway, so we did that, and I was like, this must be such like a Gen Z thing that they need like meditation before a meeting and all this kind of stuff. And this article that I was reading was saying that Gen Z folk are very digitally savvy because they grew up with it, but that they are not good at socializing in person at all because they only like text and like FaceTime and stuff like that. And so they were like, companies, you're going to need to train your Gen Z employees how to interact in a social setting.
It's kind of like, I feel like Gen X and Gen Z are very aligned there, because I know a lot of people think like Gen Z grew up with technology and so they're much better at it. But you got to remember, Gen X wrote it. It's like Gen X is the ones that actually created and wrote the damn software that they're like, you know, getting all excited about. Millennials, on the other hand, which is your generation, are kind of like, you came in too late to have created it. You just kind of serviced it all along the way. And now, you're relenting.
I've always said I'm a servicer. Yeah, exactly. I have always said that. So
you
actually,
are.
I don't know if I'm millennial or Gen X. I'm not really sure.
Yeah, you were born
78.
78. If only there was an inter-network.
Sure. Well, because I'm right on the edge. I'm like on the fence. 78 is like right on the, depends on who you ask.
Yeah. So millennials were born between 1981 and 94.
Yeah. So I'm Gen X. I'm right at the tail end of Gen X.
I'm right at the beginning of Gen X. So yeah, we're both in Gen X. So yeah, that's cool.
Cool. Anyway, that's it. I don't know. I just felt it was such a strange experience to be on a Zoom call and have somebody lead some bullshit meditation. Thank you. I said thank you twice already. Dadgummit.
It's because you went through that meditation that you're learning to be more reciprocal of your thanks. Anyway, we're done, right? We're done? Is that it?
That's it.
Sweet. News game. It's the news game. It's the news game. What questions will he ask? It is the Mix Minus News Game. This is the segment of the show where Adam, instead of me lowering, I'm lowering your volume instead of the iPad. That's what happens when you have to reach.
You do like your volume to be louder than mine at all times.
So not true. So not true. This is the segment of the show where Adam will read me five questions from the New York Times News Quiz, and I, using only my head, brain, and mouth words, will give the correct answers to those questions. These are all multiple choice questions. I will try to answer without asking for the multiple choice. And anything else? I'm always free to ask what the choices are. After the 5 questions that Adam chooses, we will move into a bonus round where I have 60 seconds to answer as many questions as I possibly can from a Trivial Pursuit deck from 1932, I think. Anyway, Adam, what is the first question on the old news quiz here? Oh, you know what? As a bonus, I'm going to pull the microphone down so you can see my mouth while I answer these. Go ahead, Adam. What is the first question on the old news quiz here this evening?
Okay, the first question is Governor Ron DeSantis of Florida.
Boo, motherfucker.
He announced his presidential candidacy on Wednesday.
Yes, he did.
During an event where he was hosted by whom?
So either Twitter or Elon Musk, but
it is a person. It is a person.
Elon Musk.
Let's see. Yes, that is absolutely correct.
And apparently it crashed, and it was a horrible experience. And at one point, Elon passed the co-administration to some random person in the crowd, and they just ended the chat. It was they ended the stream. It was great.
Yeah. Number 2, Arizona, California, and Nevada have agreed to walk into a bar. Have agreed to take less water from what river, which is at risk of running dry?
Yeah. It's gonna the Colorado River. Yeah, it's gonna run
the Colorado River. That is correct. Number 3.
That's the main water source of those states.
Dr. Vivek Murthy, the U.S. Surgeon General, issued a public warning this week about the risks posed to children and teens by what?
Instagram?
Is that your answer?
That is my answer.
There's not a specific Instagram. There is a social media. Is that what you want your choice to be?
Yes, it is a mental health thing. Yeah.
That is actually correct. So let's see. We've done 3. You are so far.
That's 4. Was that 4?
3 of 3.
3 of 3. Oh, this is question number 4.
What state Senate voted this week to ban? This is number 4. What state's Senate voted this week to ban abortions after 6 weeks?
Those motherfuckers in South Carolina. Big Fatty, Larry Vader, all those folks.
That is correct. All right. Number 5. A new film which premiered at the Cannes Film Festival. Cannes?
I don't know.
Cannes?
I
mean, those French people like to leave the ends of words off. So it's like the Cannes Film Festival. Features Harrison Ford in what he said would be his final turn as which iconic character?
Oh, Indiana Jones. That
is correct, Daniel.
You really thought you thought you would stump me on a Disney question? Come on.
No, I didn't. I don't think I'm going to stump you on those because you watch the news.
I do.
So
was that it? Was that 5?
That was 5.
Oh my God, that was 5. That's amazing. That means that we move into the bonus round, even though it doesn't matter because I've already got 5 out of 5. Adam.
The game begins in 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, what she said.
What Texas city along Route 66 got its name from the Spanish word for yellow?
Amarillo?
That is correct. What U.S. painter's works include Black Iris and Cow's Skull?
Oh, Black Iris sounds familiar. Keith Haring? I don't know.
Georgia O'Keeffe.
Oh.
What horse-loving future president cheated on an eye exam to join the cavalry reserves in the 1930s?
Oh, Roosevelt.
Ronald Reagan. What creature can detect an ounce of blood within 1 million ounces of water?
Sharks.
That is correct. How many of the 8 minutes of primetime television are filled with non-program material?
All of them? Read that question again.
It's how many of every 8 minutes of primetime television are filled with, quote, non-program material?
Let's see, there's 42 minutes of programming per hour.
No, how many per 8 minutes? How many minutes per
I know.
8?
I'm trying to divide that by, I don't know, 6.
That's 2. You got 2 correct.
2. Well, 2 bonus points after I already got 5 of the other one. So I feel like that was a pretty good score there, Adam. It was pretty good.
Also, you ever notice the commercials are always louder than yeah.
Kind of like the stingers that go out of the exit, right, of a thing.
Oh, I thought you were saying the stingers that you play on this show.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Kind of like the news game ending is much louder than what you say.
Yeah.
You know what, Adam? Each and every week, our executive producer, Cyclone, sends us an exhaustive compendium of things that have happened on this day of some other year. Were you just bobbing your head back and forth? Were you like...
I was.
Were you like mimicking me? You know what, Adam? On your other podcast with Joe Batance, in the middle of the show, Joe Batance says, "Hey, Adam, do you know any self-centered people?" And you said, "Oh yeah, I do." All I could think was you were talking about me. And then I realized that if I thought that, I really was self-centered. So the fact that I thought when you said yes, you meant me, means that I must be aware that I'm a self-centered person, because the fact that I would have thought that it would have been me makes me self-centered. Like there's no, does that make sense?
Yeah.
I just wanted to apologize. I just wanted to apologize to you, Adam, for being so self-centered.
There was momentarily a video issue, so sorry. I was trying to switch around to get the video fixed.
I just want you to know.
Okay.
You know what? For those of you who don't like the commercials to be louder than the TV, just run it through a limiter compressor like we do, and it'll just normalize the sound.
Well, actually, a lot of TVs have a setting. Also.
They do, but they're not as aggressive as a dedicated compressor limiter. Happy National Paper Airplane Day, Adam. Did you use that one on the Geeky Gay today?
I didn't. Actually, I talked about Mix Minus on Geeky Gay today, and I told them how you didn't like it when I shared content between the two.
Also, National Cherry Dessert Day and World Dracula Day. On this day in 2007, the final approval for same-sex domestic partnership passed in New Hampshire, USA.
Did you ever, going back to Dracula, do you ever watch any of those like True Blood or...
I did. I watched True Blood.
Vampire Diaries.
I did.
Or
I watched True Blood. I watched Vampire Diaries up to a point. And then when they spun it off to like the originals and that shit, like I was out by then.
Oh, okay.
I was out before that.
Okay.
Why? Was there anything further to that?
No, you said Happy Dracula Day or Happy
just
Vampire Day or whatever. Yeah.
I thought you were going to ask if I had any,
No, that was it. Did you ever watch it?
Yeah, no, I watched it. I even watched Twilight. It was about vampires. I watched The Lost Boys. That was about vampires. Let's see. The California Spring. Oh, I'm done with that. Let's see. Disney-related news. On this day in 1983, the Epcot Outreach Information Area opened in Communicore West. Oh my God, I remember that day, Adam. I was so excited. In 1983, I was 16, and I remember that really well.
Oh, good.
Mm-hmm. I got nothing. Anything else that you see that jumps out at you? Otherwise, I'm just going to jump down to the...
No.
Nostradamus predicts the stormiest summer in history. Weather disasters will be a sure sign of Christ's second coming. Take heart, everyone. It's okay. This happened in 1998, because this is the Weekly World News from May 26th of 1998. The deadliest storms in 100 years will race across the nation. Do you think their usage of the word race there was intentional?
I mean, it could have been.
Like racist fuckers? Archer says Daniel is high. Yes. Duh. Like what?
Who's
like,
it's
like saying, oh
so
yeah.
they've got Jesus on one side and Nostradamus on the other side.
It's not a black. Wait. Oh, it's an ATEM Mini Pro Black Magic. I see.
No, it's an Extreme. It's a Black Magic ATEM Mini Extreme.
You gave me the ATEM Mini Pro?
Oh. I thought I gave you an Extreme. Okay. How many inputs do you have? 8?
4.
Oh, then I gave you a Pro.
Yeah.
Okay. I've got an Extreme.
I don't need 8 inputs.
I'm using 6 of them. So
I think the most I would ever use would be 2.
I mean, I'm casting a tab to different inputs using a Chromecast so that I can do.
You're scrolling the news stories and everything like that. No, I get it. You know what, guys, if you're not watching the video version, you're missing Adam's hard work here. Let's see. Do you remember that being the hottest or the most deadliest summer in history, 1998?
98. Let's see. No, I don't, because the hottest that I remember was I want to say 2003. And the reason I'm saying that is because I graduated college and moved to Dallas in like July of 2003. And it was like 114 degrees outside the day that I moved to Dallas. It was freaky hot. And I don't remember it ever reaching 114 ever again after that summer. So I feel like that was the hottest summer that I've been involved in personally.
I would have guessed it would have been the time that you came here to Disney and I walked you around and you were very grumpy about the heat.
I wasn't grumpy about the heat. I don't think I ever mentioned the heat at all.
You know what the secret tragedy of the Titanic was, Adam? 300 Eskimos were stranded on an iceberg. Yeah, no. 300 Eskimos were stranded on the iceberg, were killed when the liner struck. There were 300 Eskimos on those icebergs. You know, because Eskimos loved to just hang out on...
there were Eskimos on the iceberg?
Yeah.
You know what you see? You know what you see of an iceberg is just the tip of the iceberg?
Yeah, just the tip.
Yeah.
What was that from?
I don't think there were.
Did you see that show with Neil Patrick Harris, Uncoupled on Showtime?
No, I did not. Was it good?
Yeah, it was pretty good. You know what? You know what his character name was?
Ron.
Mike Lawson.
Oh, his name was Mike Lawson. Okay.
Yeah, his name was Mike Lawson.
So on the show, did he call someone every week just to catch up?
Pretty much, yeah.
Or did he tell lies?
Oh, many.
A lot.
Many lies, yeah. No, I did, when you said just a tip, that I remember that because one of the guys he was hooking up with was too big and he was just like, how about just a tip? Weather disasters, Christ will return. Are we on that page?
Yep.
Yeah, there's nothing here. I don't care about this. Swimsuits. What's this? Controversial new summer fad is hot. The new trend on the beach this summer will be something for gals to gaga over. The
gals.
Fig leaf. Yeah.
The gals will go gaga, Daniel.
The fig leaf bathing suits for men. Yeah. Like, do you remember this happening in 1998?
No, but I've never been one to be up on the fashion trends, so who knows?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not sure what was on the catwalks of Milan or whatever.
I was 16, so you would have been like 6. So a little 6-year-old Adam didn't have a fig leaf thing.
No.
Let's see. I gotta do this right there, and then I have to say something along the lines of that many people have their birthday on May 26th of many different years. That's why it's called a birth date. But we would like to say happy birthday to some of them right now. Happy birthday, Scott Disick. Who's he? Why do I care about Scott Disick?
American media personality and socialite, former partner of Kourtney Kardashian.
Okay, so I don't care. Happy birthday, Lenny Kravitz. You've turned 59. Bobcat Goldthwait, you've turned 61. And Hank Williams Jr. has turned 74. Also, Philip Michael Thomas has turned 74. Wow. Philip Michael Thomas, he was on Miami Vice, right? He's like 74? Wow.
I don't know who Philip Michael Thomas is.
I do not recognize another single name on this entire
Pam
list.
Grier, who's married to Mark Harmon, I believe. She was on Mork and Mindy, I think, 74.
Oh, wow. She's 74 also. Stevie Nicks is 75.
Helena Bonham Carter is 57.
Oh, wow. Oh, fuck you, Helena Bonham Carter. She like is sticking up for J.K. Rowling. She's insane. Anyway, anybody else you want to call it? Peggy Lee was born on this day, but other than that, what we would like to say is that from all of us here at The Mix, to all of you there commemorating your birthday, happy birthday.
Oh, I'm thinking of a different Pam. Pam Dauber was on Mork and Mindy.
Dauber.
Who the fuck is Pam Grier? I don't know. I mean,
Nanu.
I think she's a singer.
So I live in a subdivision, and I hate living in a subdivision. When I tell people that this isn't our forever home, it's because what we want in a forever home is some land around.
Yeah, you were picking out land at one point.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be a lot of land, but just enough land around us that we're not just right on top of our fucking neighbors, right? So we had this house next to it. This neighborhood, by and large, is pretty quiet, but our neighbors next to us that moved in a couple of years ago have grandkids. They have granddaughters, and those granddaughters play in their backyard. And every so often, they will just come through our gate and run into our backyard and retrieve their ball or retrieve whatever. They don't ask, they just come running through there. And the way our house is set up, because we live in a subdivision, there are no windows on the side of our house, right? All of our windows are on the front and the back of our house, right? So there's no windows overlooking the neighbors, other than the bathroom window, which is frosted. But, there's no side windows to the house. There's only front and back windows. And because we have a huge ceiling in the great room, it's a 16-foot ceiling, we have multiple windows stacking up. Us overlooking our backyard is a lot of windows in the great room, which lets in a lot of light. But it also means that you can see from the great room directly into the backyard, and they can see directly back in. So these little girls are just running in our backyards at random points in time. That's also our bedroom windows face the backyard. It's like, and I'm just saying, it's like, I don't want some little girl out there to, catch an eyeful of whatever the fuck she doesn't want to.
Right.
Right. And I've chosen not to say anything because I feel like, you know what, they'll grow out of it. They're like 8 or 9 right now. By the time they're teenagers, they're not going to be playing with balls in the backyard. And this is a short-term problem. I'll just err on the side of annoyance. Right.
Now, did you say if you have a fence or not?
No, we don't have a fence.
Okay, because Auntie Scott was saying they make padlocks.
Hold on. All of our neighbors have fences.
Yeah.
So our yard is fenced in, but then none of the fences are ours. But what we do have are 2 gates. We have a gate on either side of the house that leads into the yard. So we just have gates. And
doesn't that mean technically that you have a fence? Because in subdivisions, that's kind of what all the houses are like. They're all shared walls.
It's a very legal. No, it's a legal definition, because if that fence breaks, I'm not fixing it. It's not my fence. It's theirs. Because the pretty side faces me. So not only do I
the
not
way
have to
they
pay
get
for the
around it
fence,
here, we both get a pretty side. They do the alternating. I mean, it's pretty on both sides, so I don't know what that means.
So let me just finish this. So I've accepted the fact that these girls are going to come running into our yards every so often and whatever, and they're going to see what they're going to see. I don't give a shit. But the other day, and this topic has been on the trailer for a while, so this was a while back. I'm in the living room, and I'm sitting down on the couch. I look out the back window, and one of these girls is picking mangoes off my tree, like literally picking mangoes off my tree and putting them into a, like a bucket.
Well, I thought you said that you had multitudes of mangoes and that you were giving them away.
No, we have more than enough mango. That's not the point. My point is they're collecting mangoes to take back over to their house, which are you telling me that the grandparents don't know that? Like they took like 30 mangoes. It's like
30.
Are you telling
30
right,
these little kids took 30 mangoes. And also you were sitting there counting the whole time.
Maybe not 30, but I mean, they took a lot. They took a whole bucket full of mangoes. My point is, it was like if they took one mango into their backyard and played with it, their grandparents wouldn't have seen it. They wouldn't have known. They took enough mangoes that there was no way you couldn't have noticed where did that big basket of mangoes come from, right? So my point is that the grandparents have to know. They have to know that they got those mangoes from our tree.
Why don't you just go over to their house, knock on the door and say, excuse me, ma'am or sir. I'm not sure if you were aware, but your children or grandchildren, whatever, took 30 mangoes from my tree. And I am saving those mangoes because I'm planning to send all of my friends mango jam for Christmas.
Here's the thing. I would have given them the mangoes. All they had to do was ask. I would have given them the. But it just kind of floored me that it's just like, wait, it's one thing for a kid to come over because kids have no understanding of that, right? But to never have heard, and it's been weeks now, and to not have heard anything back from the the neighbors going like, oh, we're sorry, our girls went over and picked some mangoes off your tree, and we found them in their backyard. Oh, sorry about that. And it was like, I would have been, oh, no problem. And it's like, that tree's going to make way more mangoes than any of us could ever possibly eat. It was just, what is it?
I think you're bringing mango jam to us at Christmas, right? Isn't that the thing?
I will. We actually, our friends in Orlando that we went to dinner with last week, we went to their house, but they are growing habaneros. And I said, oh, if you give us some habaneros, we can make mango habanero jam. And then we can give them some mango habanero jam as well as everybody else. So,
I'll take a jar of that. And regular, because Mark doesn't do well with the heat.
Doesn't do.
So
well.
we need one of each. I can
it's
do
weird
the mango habanero.
From somebody from the Philippines to not like heat. I'm just saying.
I don't think they're spice people.
I was making a joke about the weather. The heat.
He also doesn't like heat.
You guys go and lay out on beaches. Like literally, we were on a cruise with you. You guys were like laying out on the beach.
Oh, my butt hurts.
We're Floridians. We don't do that. Anyway, Adam, another show in the can. Let me look at the schedule.
I think this is the longest yet. I thought last week was long.
I don't think we're not going to be here next week. Next week is the gay pool party that I'm going to.
Oh.
I'm gonna see Larry Vader.
I didn't know that. So good to know. I was going to be here.
Yeah, no. None. If you want to send us an email, you can do so. The email address is contact@mix-podcast.com. You can also call our voicemail line, 707-61-DEATH. That's 707-61-DEATH. Adam, anything else you want to
add? No, it's not okay to pick fruit in someone's backyard, though.
This podcast is a proud member of the Pride 48 Podcasting Network. Check out more great shows at pride48.com.